Too late. I already hit it.
Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome again to another episode on the OG Network. Yes, and we are here today to celebrate another wonderful, great person from the city of Philadelphia. And y'all, for those that have been following our channel and following this journey, where we just started out with doing it this way, we said we wanted to showcase people from the city of Philadelphia that are doing amazing, wonderful things. And right now, we have Cherie with us, who's gonna tell her story, and that Ant like the buzz gonna get in, and he's gonna say a little bit of things and introduce himself, and then we're gonna turn it over to Cherie, and we're gonna let her tell her story of her life in the city of Philadelphia, growing up Philly. Oh,
Yep.
look like Ant froze.
Oh, he's frozen.
Yeah, so he'll probably come back out and come back in, but we can go ahead on and yeah, he just can't pop back in.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
How you
That
doing,
should be your
everybody?
signature smile. Let that be your
Yeah,
signature
oh,
smile.
thank you. Thank you there, Miss Cherie. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had went out, y'all, just as I came in on, but I am sure you may got a chance to. I want to welcome you, Miss Cherie. You know what I'm saying on here tonight. Expressing your
Remove
life
that
and telling us
miss.
what you
Remove
do.
that miss. Just say
Yeah,
Cherie.
I
Don't
can't.
make me feel old
I
now.
can't. Remove the miss. I think you said the list. I'm like, huh? I told me the
No,
list.
miss.
I'm like,
Remove the miss.
oh, miss. Oh, I didn't say miss. I said sis. Sister
Oh,
Cherie.
okay. Okay.
We take
I'll
it like
take
we
that.
in church now. We in church now.
I'll take
But
that.
yeah. But I don't know what I was late on. But we welcome you on here to tell your story. You know what I mean? And like I said, I was just talking about a few seconds ago. It's not about like it built Philly builds the hero in you. You know what I'm saying? It builds a hero in you. That's basically what it is. It doesn't matter what y'all doing right now, for the community, but it builds a hero in you, and you be a hero in your life. And then, whether it be community or your kids or yourself, it builds you. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
I'm done on that. I don't know what I was said before I clicked off, but
No, that was
welcome.
I just said
Cherie.
introduce who you
Thank
are. Everybody know
you.
who you is, but
You
yeah,
can, you can.
we're gonna get into it. And Cherie, again, thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for just taking some time out to spend your time. You know what I mean? Like,
I can't hear you, Ron.
you can't hear me?
You can hear me?
I can hear you. I can't hear Ronnie.
Okay, I don't know why you can't. Hold on. Can you hear me now?
No, I can hear you. She can't hear you.
You can
Hold
hear
on.
Ronnie? Because I can't.
I can hear
Can you
him.
hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me now? Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. It's StreamYard.
It's freezing. Can you hear me, Cherie?
I can hear you. I can't hear Ron.
Yeah, but
Oh,
Ant, go
that's
ahead.
crazy.
I'll jump out and come back in.
All right. So yeah, Cherie, basically, we would like you to just tell your story, how you began, where you come from. A little, if you want to give a little bit of your, family life, you know what I'm saying? If, express that, whether parenting, growth through the family, whatever hardships that you had to encounter, taking stuff care of your own when it's before your time, as you know what I'm talking about, and tell the story. So, just having, you know what I'm talking about, just sharing what you had to help with your mom with, basically, you know what I'm saying, and all the things that she went through, you know what I mean? It's just being there. But everything just, to show your amazingness. That's it. We want you to tell your amazingness.
Thank you. Well, I grew up in North Philly. We always say North Philly, but I feel like Erie had its own section, right?
Yeah.
Because we would say, like, even though it was a part of North Philly, we would be like, we from Erie,
Yep.
We had like our own little section within the North Philly community. So grew up in North Philly. I grew up in North Philly. you know, so in of itself, that, you know, growing up in a tough environment, it don't provide you with a lot of benefits to, you know, be like kind of motivated or really know what you want to do in life. And I can remember going to school, and I went to school in the city too, but I always got good grades. But I was stuck when I was in high school. Like, what do I really want to do? I didn't know, because I never really focused on, you know, what a career would be like for me or anything like that. So when I was
You know,
16,
I
when
was
I
going
was
to question you.
go ahead.
But I just want to ask you one question. You know, did you study a lot? Like, you know, did you study, or you were the type of kid that didn't have to really study a lot? Did you have to study a lot?
So I will say that like I can catch on to something really, like visually, I can catch on to something and like remember it. Like I always had good skills when it came to memory. But I read a lot
Okay.
too. I read a lot
Okay.
because I always had questions, and I think Ronnie can attest to this. Me growing up, I always questioned every single thing. I had a bunch
Yeah.
of questions all the time.
Can you hear me now, Sheree?
So I read a lot because I was
No,
always
I
seeking
can't. No.
answers about a lot of things. So I was a reader, and I really got good grades in high school, you know, but it was just like I really didn't know what I wanted to do. So in my 11th grade year, they had this program at my high school, and it was a program where when you entered your 12th grade year, you would you know, go to school for half the year and then go to your job site. And the program that I had applied for, they had really meaningful jobs. So that was my first experience with like working in a
What was the
corporate
name of the
environment.
program? You remember the name of the program? Was it
It
the
was called the
Swinson Skill
Bridges.
Center?
It was called the
Bridget?
Bridges program.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
actually became the model student for the Bridges program because that was the first year that they had started. Yeah, I was on the radio station and everything. So they, the first year they started, I entered as a student for the first year. And they would, like during the week, we would have like an opportunity during the week to work as a group. And then we would have like key players that worked at other organizations come into the job site and tell us about like things that they would do for work. And mind you, at this time, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. So it was good that we had like those career days where professional people would come in and talk to us about, you know, like their experience, their work experience, what they actually did. And then so we would do that on Monday, and then Tuesday through Friday, we would be on site, you know, doing a meaningful job. And my first job was as a document specialist for a law firm in Center City, Philadelphia. So, you know, like that's where all of the businesses are, like in Center City. So I end up interviewing, and I got a job for a law firm. And I worked there throughout my 12th grade year. And at that time, like I entered into 12th grade, I still didn't know what I wanted to do. And then there was this one career fair that career session that we had. And someone from HR actually came in and talked about like their experience as an HR director. And I was like, you know what, out of all of the sessions that we had, that seems more interesting to me. So I think that's what I'm gonna, you know, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna go for. Because we didn't have a lot of people that surrounded me that had like careers. So it was just like, you got a job, you got a good job, go get a good job, whether you work for the post office, the government, go get a good job and just stay there forever and then retire and collect your pension and you'll be good to go. That's what I was taught growing up. So I didn't really like have interest or know really anything about like the corporate environment. So me like dipping my feet into that pool, it was like very difficult because mind you, coming from North Philly, you know, it wasn't like, you know, we had people walking around talking about their careers, X, Y, and Z. So when I got there and I was working for the law firm, it was just like such a different environment because those people like talk professional. So I used to be really hard on myself and insecure. Like, oh my God, like I don't sound like them. If I'm talking, am I talking correctly? Do I sound ghetto? You know what I'm saying? Because it was just like, it was such a culture shock for me. And like for us to
What's up,
have
Justin?
dinner meetings at Capitol Grill. Like,
What
you
up,
know,
Fat
the
Tabula?
furthest I went was to Applebee's. So it was just like such a culture shock.
McDonald's.
Yeah, fast food restaurants,
Sheree,
right?
can you hear me?
So like going to like Capitol Grill and
Hold
then
Hold
having
it for 1 second, Street. Can you hear Ronnie at all?
Can you hear me?
Say something, Ronnie.
Can you hear me? Yeah,
No,
I
she still
cannot
can't
hear
hear.
Ronnie. I cannot hear him.
No, no. I think he's gonna come back. He's gonna try it
log out
again and
and
come back in. Yeah. No, because I was gonna tell him just answer to the people for a
Can you hear
minute. Because yeah.
Still can't hear
Can
me?
you hear him? No, she still can't hear you. Yeah, he still can't hear him.
Like
That's
maybe
crazy.
I should go out. You think I should go out and come back in?
Try it.
I'm gonna see what he's. Oh, he said, yeah. You go out and come back in and
Go
see
out
what
and come
happens.
back in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
What's up, Dover Dodge? Yeah, give
We'll
us
be
a
here.
second. She having a hard time hearing me, but
Okay.
she can hear Anthony.
If I can figure out how to log out.
What's up? What's up, dogs? What's up, Fantabula? What's up, Justice? What's going on? I'm glad you can hear us, dog.
But that's Sheree telling her story of, her upbringing and stuff like that. We didn't get that far into it, so you didn't miss a whole lot for those that come in. Make sure y'all hitting the like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much.
I can hear him now. I can hear you now.
And what's up out the pit? Oh, you can hear him now? Good,
Yeah,
good,
I can hear him
good.
now. Thank God.
Yeah.
But just so y'all know, so make sure y'all hitting the like button, hit the subscribe button. This is Sheree. She's telling her story. Sheree, I'm gonna let you jump back in. I was just trying to say what's up to the people in the chat, because we got quite a few people in there. If anybody got a question, please ask. If you got a question, we'll ask her as she begins to talk. I'll highlight the question and we'll get back to it. But yeah, you go ahead, Sheree.
Ron, just stop me when you get a question because it's so small I'm on my phone. So
Yeah,
it's so small that I can't see.
Listen, don't look at what they're saying, because sometimes we get frackers and we don't want them to deviate from what you're saying. So let Ronnie.
I'm not even paying attention to it.
Question.
Oh, okay.
I'm not paying attention to it, but I'm just saying, like, it's so small that I wouldn't even be able to see if it was a question for me or not. So just interject.
Oh, okay.
I'll ask the question. I'll go to the person that asked the question when I see something that's a question.
Okay.
Yeah, she blind, y'all. Go ahead.
Who said I was blind?
Look, you ready for the Franklin show? What? See? No, but go ahead. Go ahead. You can
get me out of that. So yeah, like my first experience with like fine dining. I mean, I can remember a trolley picking us up from the building that we worked at and like chauffeuring us off to a huge Christmas party at a venue downtown, So this is like my first experience with just like life outside of North Philly.
How old were you at that time? Do you remember?
I started working for them when I was 16. So like I had a little bit of exposure because I was just part-time working for them. At first, I was just part-time because I was like school during the day. And then in the afternoon, I would go to my work site. So that would be from like 12 to 5. So I was really working part-time, but they end up offering me a full-time job after I graduated. And I decided to stay and just go to a local college because at that time, my mom had gotten really sick and she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I say stage 4, actually. So I had 3 younger siblings at the time. And I say it was a blessing. I always say it was a blessing because, I had my first shot at a career job and I was making good money. And then my mom fell ill.
Yeah. Siblings mean they were her sisters. So people might not even understand.
So right now,
they were her kids. They were their mom's kids. I don't understand. Some people know.
Fantabula asked, she said, is Ree family?
Oh yeah, I'm family. I'm Aunt Cousin and I'm Ron niece.
Yeah, that's my brother and that's my cousin.
Yeah, that's my exactly. So yeah, so
I'm sorry,
that was like my first experience with like, working at a corporate job. I was 17 when I graduated. So that's when I got my offer from the job. And it was at a good time because at that point my mom had stage 4 breast cancer and I had 3 younger siblings that wasn't even out of middle school yet. So I had a lot riding on my back, you know, just trying to take care of her and make sure that she didn't lose her home, and my sisters were still able to maintain their education and go to school. So it was a lot for me, but I always said it was a blessing that I got a corporate job at such an early age, being as though my mom was going through such a serious health condition and I was able to help her at the time.
Right.
So yeah. And then, you know, I worked at the law firm for a number of years, and I was in school part-time, trying to study business and management with a concentration in human resources. So I did the law firm throughout my whole college education, graduated from college, and then I went into the HR profession. So that landed me through several jobs across HR. And then eventually, you know, I then moved up the ladder. And right now I'm a senior compensation consultant for a huge hospital based out of Philadelphia. So that's where I am now.
By a dollar. But that, but now, of course, you know, we all family. So a lot of the stuff that I can contest to, because we watched you, you know, grow up, and we watched you fight through a whole lot, and we seen it firsthand. You overcome, and but you know, like, this is where, for me personally, just to kind of backtrack a little bit, this is where I always try to tell people, when they say you're a product of your environment, you don't have to be.
Exactly.
You know
Exactly.
Like, you can choose better. You can choose to make something of yourself. And like you said, back when we was all, we Erie Avenue is a different, you know, they say North Philly, but like you said, Erie Avenue is like its own section of North Philly. But we all know what was going on around at that time, and you know, the chances of overcoming that and not being drawn in by all of the temptations and all of the stuff that's happening around on a day-to-day basis, feeling like, you know, they out there having fun, and you got to try to stay focused on meaningful stuff. And you know, you know, it's easy to become distracted by the hype that's going on around the neighborhood and the community and stuff like that. And how did you stay focused? What's up,
so I think I just wanted more, because like being in Erie, you know, being like living down there, you know, when we were younger, y'all know we had like cousins on every block. So I had a really, really good childhood. Like I could walk down the street, up the street. One of my cousins lived on that block. So it was just like, and you know, cell phones, they were around, but they weren't very popular. So we were outside. Like we were outside. We were, you know, Ryan about to get the belt and beat me because I'm about to say some stuff that he probably don't know about. But I used to be the one that I lived with my grandparents. So, you know, they were older. They went to bed really early. My grandpa stayed downstairs all day long, but he just really was like, listen, you know, as long as you coming back in the house. But so I used to sneak out. I used to like run the street. I'd be down, you know, different parts of North Philly smoking weed, like with my cousins, hanging out with them all day long. Yes. Ron about to beat me, right? Yes.
You're like, I'm grown. You can't do nothing now.
You can say it now. I can't believe it myself. I'm like,
I don't believe what I'm hearing right now. God, all this time
that means you did it right. Yeah. That means you did it right. Go ahead.
Yeah. And it was funny because I had so many older cousins, you know, Aaron and Vel and all of them. So I used to have to, when I had to sneak out the house, I really had to sneak, because it would be like I would walk down the street and find one of my cousins and they'd be like, go back home, you know? So it was like I was trying to be that kid, but always protected in a way too, because they was like, yeah, you're not going to do what you want to do. Go home. And I'm just out there trying to have fun with my cousins and my family and stuff. So I think that like wanting more out of life, the being exposed to the corporate environment was very different on how I was raised. And I saw that they had so much more than what I went home to, you know. And they just had different conversations. They had financial conversations, you know, it wasn't like all drama and fighting and stuff like that. They had meaningful conversations. These people had investments. They drove around in nice cars, and it was just like, okay, I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, it's more to life than what I'm dealing with right now. And
Than
then
hair.
I end
Than
up
hair. I'm just saying more like than hair. Go ahead.
yeah, so I ended up getting pregnant at 19. My first year of college, I got pregnant. And then when my son came, it was just like, yeah, I don't have a choice but to ride this wave and do all I can, absorb all the information that I can, and just try to be as successful as possible because I don't want him to have the life that I had. And I can't say my life was all bad. The only thing that I probably struggled with is that we didn't have a lot. You know, we didn't have a lot of money. We didn't have you know, I wasn't the person that got the handbags and the shoes in school, and anything that I wanted, I had to work hard to get it. So it was just a different lifestyle looking at these people in the corporate environment. And it was just like, you know, I want better for my son. Even though I had a good upbringing, you know, I didn't have much. So I want him to have a good upbringing and have the things that I did not have. And it just ended up me like spoiling my children. And, you know, that was a whole different thing. But, you know, I was able to provide them with the life that I
Yeah.
never had.
Nobody else is gonna spoil them. I'm a total believer in that. So yeah, spoil your kid. I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully they did turn out to not be bratty, but spoil them. But
Somewhat. They somewhat bratty. But no, I mean, and I think that it was good that I went through that journey because I learned a lot. And just like I said, I wanted more for my son. So he really didn't have the experience that I had growing up. So now that he's an adult, it's like, no, I want to get my own apartment. I'm going to find a way to become a business owner. Like he's just a full out like hustle mode. Like I'm going to do more in life, you know, because of what I exposed him to. So you know, I think that I was just looking for a different lifestyle for my children than what I had. And that made me fight so much more with going to school, with, you know, graduating college and getting my degree and just working my way up the ladder as I moved along.
That's what's up. What's up? I mean, that's,
and you had a hard time with him for a little minute.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. And I said that,
Yeah.
I say that to say, like, you know, I kind of lacked guidance and being a parent because I lived with my grandparents. So it wasn't like a lot of structure there all the time, right? So when I became a parent, you know, me and his father was together in the home up until the age of maybe like 10 when he got 10, and then I became a single parent. But it was just like I was that good parent to like make sure that you were in good schools, make sure you had everything that you wanted and needed, you know, and that wasn't always the being the perfect parent. I'm like, I'm gonna give my children a bunch of stuff that I didn't have, and that ain't really the right way to go. So I think that him being like spoiled, entitled, and also not worrying about you know, he didn't have the worry like where am I gonna lay my head? Like he was always comfortable, you know, and then he was entitled and spoiled on top of that. So I had some problems with him as far as like in school, and you know, he ran into trouble. And then I'm telling you, I had to start like praying for him because he was really headed down the wrong path. And then my prayers had just started to come true. Like after he graduated, he experienced this incident where he was shot. And I think that turned his life around. And he was just like, yeah, you know, everything that my mom was telling me so far, you know, she wasn't wrong. And I got to straighten up. And after that time period, he got a job, he got his own apartment, he got a couple cars. You know, he's doing very well for himself, and he wants to continue, like, you know, looking into being a property owner, and there's things out there that he's doing right now
He
that
just want to be
will
like his
improve his
uncles.
life.
That's all.
Yeah, yeah,
I think he
right,
want to make you
right.
proud. I think he want to make you really proud.
He's just kidding
And I
around.
think Ron got him into the stock market, so now
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
like interested in that. So
yeah.
No, that's
I think it's funny that like you said, I was also glad that you mentioned the fact that you started praying and going to church, you know what I'm saying, and helping and praying to get him in the right direction. And like I said, I remember him, like he always was respectful to you. Like don't matter
yeah,
how hard you had
still
to hit
is.
him, how hard you had to kick his little ass, he always remains respectful to
Yes,
you.
yes.
Sometimes we used to look at you like, you know what I mean? But he was the boy. Forgive me, y'all. She didn't abuse him. Don't get it wrong, y'all.
No, I
But she
did
hit
not.
him like a man would have hit him. And she let him know. And I'm gonna tell you, it never was a fight. It was always respect. That man respected us. That boy respected us. I wasn't his uncle. I was his cousin. He respected me. He never cursed at me, cussed at me. He's always handled his respect. She handled it. And that's what I was trying to say on that end, because you being a single mom at some point and him becoming a teenager and everything he went through. He even got shot. Came back, he ain't thug up with you ever, Mom. Okay, Mom. He bowed to you, and I want to get also to you. You did a stupendous job. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, God did a stupendous job through you. But go ahead.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
was
but you
all
know
God
what?
right there. That was
He
all
has
God
to,
because
go ahead.
he was a young man, and I became a single mom, but I always made sure he was in sports like football, basketball. I always made sure he was surrounded by a lot of men, and I always taught him that respect factor because I didn't like that disrespect, so it wasn't going to happen under my watch. So even though I wasn't like the best disciplinarian when it came to my children, because I always wanted to make them happy, because I felt like as a
No,
child
you
growing
are.
up,
You
I
are
was
the
always
best
sad.
disciplinarian. You are the best disciplinarian.
Well,
You are. Yeah.
well, I
It-
mean,
No,
I guess that's what
listen.
y'all saw, but I'm hard on myself, so.
Here's the thing like this is that when you say when you're saying that you're not the best disciplinarian, the thing about it is this is where wisdom comes in at. You didn't try to be the only disciplinarian because you used
Yeah,
all the tools that was around you. You knew there was
right,
times that you could deal with him, but there were
right.
times that you called me, called Ernest, called Dennis, called like, look, y'all can y'all talk to him because maybe that I'm not, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm not reaching them there. You might talk to Anthony and some of the uncles and stuff.
Right,
And my thing
right.
is that right there, along with yourself, is because like how somebody say, "Well, I got this, I can do this," but they don't realize that you got a village, and sometimes
Yeah,
you might not know it all. You might not have
right.
all the answers, but you reached out to the people where the parts that you felt as though maybe it was beyond you. You was wise enough and smart enough to use those tools that was around you, which is like people like Anthony, me, the other uncles and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, they had to be open to it too, but. Like me and you talk and Scoop. I gotta like it's a three. I ain't gonna say a 360 because that means you turn back to the thing. A 180. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna use 360.
definitely. Yes,
360 man,
yes.
you went right back to it. I'm gonna say 180.
Yeah.
I mean, you going the
180.
opposite.
Yeah,
He went
yeah.
180 and went that way.
And Ron is right.
I'm going
Ron
that
is
way.
right. Like I did utilize the men that I had in my family, and I think that was very, very pivotal. And me being a single parent, because they were always there for me. And then it was just like, he knew his father and he had a relationship with his father, but it wasn't all good. And his father was never like consistent. So it was just like when he was around my uncles, they were like the most consistent thing that he had. So when I was like, let me call Ron, and he would be like, that's when he would be scared. Like, no, don't call him. I'm gonna do it. So I had to
And we never had to use
leverage
his
my
gun,
village
Joe.
as
Just
a
let
single
y'all know.
parent with him. He's like, no, like I don't want Ron to hit me. I don't want him to hit me.
But Ron, you
He's
never
like, I
had to
don't
hit him,
want
did
to
you?
feel them punches.
I'm being
Ron,
honest
he
with
was
you.
like,
I
I
don't
don't want to
listen.
feel
You
them
know what?
punches.
I don't think I've ever had to hit him because he never got to that point where I had to put my hands on him. I'm gonna tell you something. Scoop has always been respectful. Like, what
I was about to say.
Scoop was honestly, he was a lot like us. He did his dirt where the family didn't see him doing his dirt. We did the same stuff
He
when we was
definitely
young.
kept it away from it.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
he
did.
did. He kept it away.
Like, nah, I mean, because you didn't want to.
I don't do that right here. I don't do that right. Yeah.
I mean, you didn't want to do it around. So
Look, he did.
So for us as men, we understood where his head was at with that. Sometimes you understand it, sometimes you don't. So a lot of time when I sit down and talk to him, you know, it's always that balance with a young man in the hood is between I want to be cool.
Yep.
I want to be down. I want to be a part of, but I don't want nobody. But if I show that I'm smart and intelligent and this and that, then they're going to look at me like a chump and they don't understand. You need both of them. You know what I mean? Like, but you don't understand the street knowledge is just as pivotal as the other knowledge. When you combine them two, that gives you an edge over a lot of people because the ones that got that knowledge, they can use that knowledge. But if you take that same person and put them in a situation where they're in the street, they can't convert. Now they're like, oh, what they doing? They don't even realize they're being scammed right now. So when you got both of them and you combine that and you learn how to function through life with both elements of that, to me, that's necessary. Like that's what gives you an edge over somebody who may have been raised or brought up in that type of world. They can survive in their world, but if you take them out of that world and you put them in another world, like Scoop can walk through North Philly and be okay because he understand it. He can end up downtown in the corporate area and still understand it. All he gonna do is adjust. I know what this is about. I know what that's about. Right. I've been on both ends. Right. That's the point. I mean, and then that's how we learn as men. But I mean, Sheree, I think you did like me watching it because me and Anthony, we all family, and we seen you go through the struggles. We seen you go through the hardship. And I always said this, and in my head is that, you know, I have been in awe, saying to myself, this child has just done amazing. None of what none of what you see today should not be the result. If you look at it from a logical perspective, this is how you know when God got his hand on somebody's life.
Yes.
When you look at it from a logical perspective, you like, logically, you ain't even supposed to be here.
No, I'm telling you. I wasn't supposed to have no career. I wasn't supposed to have no vision in life. Like I was supposed to, you know, kind of be the product of my environment. And I wanted to change that. And it was very hard. It was a very hard adjustment. But I said, this is something that I have to stick with and I have to do. I don't care how uncomfortable it is. And I didn't know that at the time, but now I do. Like being more of a spiritual person, like God put you in uncomfortable situations for you to get through it and grow. And I can see that that was happening in the beginning of my career. I was put in uncomfortable situations for me to grow to the point where I am now.
Right. And you know what? You realize that it wasn't just about you.
Thank y'all. Go ahead. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't realize it when you're doing it, you kind of going through it, but then you start to think like, wait a minute, it wasn't just it God is using me, but it ain't just about me, because if I give up, it don't just affect me. If I stop, it affects everything that's relying and counting on me sustaining myself. You know what I mean? And so it's like if I give, like you were saying, the situation with, you know, with your mom and the situation that with your sisters. And then you pick that burden up and you're like, okay, I want to make sure we all good. All right. So if you decide to quit, that affects all of that. Not only just your kids, it affects everything. So a lot of times people don't see
it in the early days, because I remember me and you, Sheree, having that conversation, but go ahead. With just trying to fight and move on and be like, but I got all this on me. And you know what I mean? And I don't know how you got through it. I don't even know if I said stuff that was right for you, but I was like, nothing else to be said but to say it. But hey, listen, I couldn't have did it, but I was telling you how to do it or trying to help. It was like,
it wasn't easy at all, because you like going back and looking at a 19-year-old, and now you have a baby. You have a mother that you have to take care of because she's very sick. You're concerned about your 3 other siblings that live in the house, right? Them trying to finish their education and have some normalcy because like they don't understand what's really going on. And then I'm getting up, going to work every day, and then I'm going to college at night, and then I'm coming home and I'm, making sure that everybody's
making them go to
financially taken
school,
care of.
making them get dressed clean and stuff, all kind of stuff. Just becoming a second mom, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It was very tough, and like I can't say that I handled things financially great, but like when it came to like burdens and being like stressed out and anxiety and all of that, I struggled with that, and I was hard on myself because it was just like I didn't want to be stressed out, but in all reality, handling all of that stuff, who wouldn't be stressed out,
Right.
Right.
You can understand it because
That's
a lot.
and you still pretty.
That's a lot to ask somebody. That's a lot to ask somebody at that age to pick. And not that I'm saying that everybody asked you, but to pick all of that up at that age and go through it. This is where you sometimes when you know God is carrying you, because in your own ability or your own faith, you say, man, if God wouldn't have been there for me, I wouldn't have been able to make it through all that. I've been able to wear.
God wasn't even in your life there early, was he? I mean, not in the sense of your acknowledgement of that.
My life. He was in my life, but I wasn't as spiritual as I am now. Like I wasn't searching for God. Like God was there, but I wasn't searching for him. That wasn't like my lean on person. Wasn't reading the Bible at all. Like I just knew there was a God because I grew up with my grandparents. So they would go to church every Sunday, and like, man, sometimes I hated it. Like I would just be acting like I'm asleep. And my grandpa would come in there and be like, yeah, well, you're not going to church, well, you ain't going outside either. And I used to be like, God, man, like now I gotta go to church and sit in there for 4 o'clock. They used to go to this church, right? And the service would last until like 4 p.m. It was crazy. I hated going to church. So that was like my first experience with church, like just being annoying. And I would be made to go. They would be like, like you're going to church or you won't go outside today. And I'm like, oh God, I gotta go to church. So I mean, I think more of it was like a power struggle too, because it was just like, oh, now I'm grown, I don't have to go to church. Like, because at some point they stopped bothering me. So I was just like, yeah, I do not have to go to church. I ain't ever going to church again. But you realize how important it is when you start becoming an adult and having so many problems. And now you know where to go back to. Now you know to pray. Now you know to get on your knees and pray. You know where to go back to. Yeah, so I always knew where to go back to, but it was like a power struggle in the beginning because it was like once they released me from that, I was gone. I was like, yeah, I ain't going back to church.
Right. But the good thing is they introduced you to God, where you was like able to have your conversation and belief and grow to be like you said, not to go back to churches, to go back to saying, you know what, I got this on my God. You look up and just make that call. You know what I'm saying? You knew to do it. And then who helped you through it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's kind of
again,
like the Bible says that train a child in the way that you have them go, and when they're older, they won't depart from your ways. So even though like you said, when that moment came when you felt as though, okay, I this is what worked for them, even though they was training me in the way they wanted me to go, I didn't want to go that way. I wanted to go my own way. But then at some point, it still resonated with you. Like, yo, I seen it help them, and I see it bring them through. When them moments come along, I know where to turn to and where to go. You know what I mean? But that, like I think it's amazing, Cherie. Like I watch, man, like I every day every time we talk about it, I just be in awe because it just you seen all of the hard work. And I remember when you was going to school. I forget what was it. Was it Pierce College?
Pierce.
Yeah, I was at Pierce.
I
remember we was going to Pierce.
I got my associates from Pierce.
See, I was in your life.
I think I dropped you off one or twice down there because I think I don't know if you was just signing up or whatever, but I know I dropped you off, and all I kept saying to myself, like, this child does not quit. Man, like me, probably like, man, I don't want no parts of school.
Is she going back?
Like, what in the world? Like,
oh yeah, man.
I don't want no parts of school. Like, she really want to go back to that place?
Yeah.
I looked at school like it was prison. Like,
to.
in my head, I looked at school like it was prison. I was like, nah, I don't want to go back to that place. It's jail.
And just
Hell
like
no,
I don't
not
want
me.
to keep acting like I just have one child. I had a set of twins when I turned 24, so there was like a
Right.
6-year age gap, and you know, just dealing with just all the three of them. Now my
That's
twins
another.
are
Yeah, that's another.
compared to
Yeah, that's
Shir-
another big one. Yeah.
compared to my
Yeah.
oldest, my twins are like angels. So I mean, I ain't gonna say
Mm.
that they do everything right. They make mistakes and
They
all,
gonna
but
sneak
you
out
know,
on you. Watch.
typical
Go ahead.
teenage mistakes. Typical teenage mistakes. But they were like a breath of fresh air compared to what I went through with
Scoop did. He's like,
my
I'm
older.
doing everybody trouble. I'm gonna do it for
Yeah,
all of us.
he was my problem child. That's who he identified as my problem
He
child.
was
But
he was trying to be an only child.
yeah, he got in trouble for everybody. He got in trouble for
Yeah,
every single
that's
child
what
I
I'm
had.
saying. He's like, damn, she still he said, I ain't doing enough. She's still gonna have some more thing.
Yeah.
But he loved them to death, though.
He was never disrespectful though. Like, I mean, you know, like I said, he did his stuff, man, but he was never disrespectful. And then, you know, the times that I've sat down, especially him as a man, and the times that we sat down, man, it was like, it's nothing more refreshing than to sit down with one of your younger nephews as a man and hear them talk and be proud of what's coming out of their mouth. Feel good about what's coming out of their mouth. Because they're not talking school. They're not talking. I mean, like last time I talked to school, he was talking about, I want to get into real estate. I want to buy some houses. You know what I mean? He said that he was, you know, we touched bases on the investment and stuff like that. And he was like, you know, but his head was into something meaningful. And I could tell now you don't have to,
I just talked to him.
You just got to figure it out. Now, some people,
I seen him on another time after that too.
Huh?
I said, I seen him at another time after that too. And I was just telling Cherie, we had a brief conversation, and his maturity was at all, because like you said, we know what he used to do, and you know, and just being, you know, active. He wasn't no bad kid, you know what I'm saying? He just did stuff what boys do with the environment.
I don't know what
you know what I mean? But he was always respectful. Huh?
Right?
It was bad. I don't know what you're talking about. That being nice.
Like,
you know that boy was bad.
He wasn't. Listen, I would say the reason I think he wasn't bad because he never disrespected.
Listen, I agree with you, man. I love Scoop to death. But I'm going to tell you something. You know it's a problem when you're looking at the news and your nephew is part of what's going on in the news. Like, there was an accident on the boulevard.
Lord.
But then, like, here's the thing. But again, he was a young man. He was. I always tell people this, and I think they don't understand what I mean by this. That as a young man, I'm not saying you're trying to kill yourself, because it's not you trying. You have somewhat of a death wish, and you're not trying to kill yourself. But a lot of stuff that you do as a young man is testing that. Like,
you don't think it's going to happen to you. You think you're a man.
Right,
period.
Because you have that in you. This is the reason why we have so many great things that young men like that has been. Listen, if we lived in fear, we wouldn't have airplanes. If we lived in fear, we wouldn't have cars. We wouldn't have these things. We have high rises, bridges, and stuff, because everybody be afraid to do it. Somebody got to have that dangerous mentality. Say, you know what? Let's just see if we can do it. And this is what young men go through, and this is what's in them, and this is the reason why they test this up. Just sometimes it comes out bad, but what that is that energy like that. They're saying, I want to do something. I want to do something with all this energy is where you apply it to. So it's like, you know, you kind of reckless, but you don't realize how that recklessness has to be steered to something productive. You don't lose your dangerous. You don't lose your lack of fear. You just have to steer it to something meaningful.
Steer it a different direction,
like that's all.
Yeah, that's what he had trouble with doing, steering all of that energy in the right direction. Right. But mind you, you know, he never saw me, like, ever since I had my kids, I wasn't a person that hang out and drink and smoke and have a bunch of people over my house. So, you know, he's seeing me climb the corporate ladder, you know, become a landlord, like doing everything that I can to improve and better their lives. And also praying, you know, because now he had his coworker say to him one day, like, yeah, you such a young man. Like, I don't see young guys that like have their own place and have their own car and so independent anymore. And he was like, that's because I got a praying mom, you know. So he didn't see me, you know, he didn't see me fight for a better life for him. And it's like he had to become mature to get it and say, okay, now it's time for me to start worrying about what my future is going to be like. You know what I mean?
You're right.
I can tell he liked that freedom because he ain't trying to give it up for nothing.
Oh no.
Yeah, right.
All.
Yeah. I don't blame him.
I ain't trying to move back in with my mom. I want my own place. I want to keep my own place.
That's what people should also do. You know what I mean?
He don't have no intentions on coming back. And I knew when he left, he wasn't coming back. I knew it. I just felt it in my heart. And he don't have any intentions on coming back. So the next step is the home buying process. That's what he's getting into. He got a little investment thing on the side going on. He working and just saving his money up. But he is thinking about, you know, purchasing a property. And whether he uses it as a rental property or, you know, stay there, you know,
home property.
Looking to, you know, make some investments. So
right. He's looking into owning something instead of a bunch of jeans and sneakers. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, no, that boy, he used to tell me, oh yeah, you know, I can't wear that, you know, it makes me itch. Don't go to Macy's and get me no clothes. It's making me itch. He would be like, he would ask for sneakers that were, I mean, like now they buy sneakers online, right?
Huh?
Yeah, I used to be in Target. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna get you some gym pants. He like, don't buy my my sweatpants from no food store. Like he was just he was when it was my money, he dressed like to the nine, right? But now that he has his own place, he's going to Target to shop. So
that's a good shot.
Yeah, he going to Target to shop. But you ain't shopping at Target with my money, though.
Because once you start working for that money, you don't want to give it up that easily.
Right. Yeah, you like, oh no. He said
I remember we went to when we had, I think your mom had one. I think it was a New Year's party your mom had, and when she was standing across the street from grandma, and we I came there to change my clothes, right? So I go upstairs and wash up, change my clothes, come back downstairs, and Scoop was like, "Man, Uncle Ryan, you look good, man. I see all you got this, that, you know, fresh, everything matching up." I was like, "Not bad for $55." He was like, "What?" The sneakers? I was like, "No." I said, "The sneakers." I said, "Everything you see me on and what's in the bag was $55. The shirt, the pants, sneakers, the top, and the underwear, everything." He was like, "Wow, how you get all that $55?" I was like, I said, "Because you want to go." I said, "Bro, look." He was like, "Man," he was like, "because I think I had on a pair of Barkley sneakers." But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I said, "Scoop," I said, "Y'all be wanting all that stuff." I said, "Man," he's like, "My socks is $20. I said, "I know."
Listen, Ron used to be like,
"Yeah, but it ain't your $20. Your mama's $20."
Ron used to be like, "I'm about to rob your kids."
I know.
That's true, Ron. What you say, Sri? I gave them all the money. You right. Go ahead. Break it down when you get it.
Bring me back.
You gotta bring it down.
I gotta save some money to get my hair done. I'm like, wait a minute, just stop buying the kids stuff. You be all right.
Right.
How you parent? You gotta save money to do something for yourself. But
yeah, I gotta eat. And I borrowed some money, I gotta eat. Well, what you can't listen, I don't care. I wanted to be nice to them. But you did, you took care of them. That's what it was. You spoiled them. But you spoiled them in the right way because you got right. As I said, you struggle motivated. Yep. Mm-hmm. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. You did a grand job.
I don't look like that no more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I always put myself last, and now it's like the twins are getting ready to graduate high school, and I'm like, what is left for me? Like, what is my next step?
Prom.
Because like I didn't dedicated my whole life to just like raising them and just trying to do a good job.
Right.
Now
Yeah,
they're getting ready to graduate, and it's like I don't know what my next step is, right? Like I got to figure things out for myself because now I'm going to be grown. They don't require as much as they require now, and it's like okay, now I got to focus on myself when I haven't done that for 20 something years, you know. So what's my next step? And now I have to focus on that. And they already have their own lives, you know. So now it's giving me a taste of it. They ain't never home, you know. So now it's just like, what am I supposed to do with myself?
Hey, listen. If anybody on here, yeah, she's single, but if y'all want to talk to her, y'all gotta go through me and Ron. And y'all see Ron's background? Y'all think about this. Don't be trying to call her. Let them know, Cherie. They gotta go through us first. Show Ronnie background. Ron, show your background, Ron.
It is stupid.
That's all you gotta do. Just move to the
left. But you know what, Cherie, like I said, back in like we was growing up, and I got my question was, this is a question in your lifetime, like what was you, who inspired you the most? Like I mean, it might be a variation of people, but like who really who kept you motivated? What inspired you about who inspired you? If there was, I'm talking about the human factor. We know the God factor. I get that part. We get that part. Yeah. I'm just talking about the human factor. Like, give us
somebody else besides me, Cherie.
Huh?
There ain't somebody else besides me.
Well, it ain't gonna be neither one of y'all. Although I love y'all and y'all have been very important in my life, and you know, God,
you gotta show us other people in your life. I got you.
Yeah. I would think that my first point of contact with, you know, just inspiring me and giving me the tools necessary was my grandfather, and he's no longer here. Like, rest in peace. But he's no longer here. But he used to sit down and have conversations with me, and he would be like, you know, make sure that you graduate school, you go to college, you get a career, you able to take care of yourself. And I used to be like, why do he continue to tell me this? Because like him and my grandma are married. Like, you would think that he would come to me and be like, make sure you get married, you know, have some kids, and you know, that's the old school talk, right? Make sure you get married. But he used to always tell me, like, I don't want you dependent on anybody. You should be dependent on yourself. This was before I even had kids. I was in high school at the time. You know, and he would always talk to me about God too, but it was just basically like, make sure that you're able to care for yourself and take care of yourself, and you don't depend on nobody. I don't care what the situation is. Make sure you're able to hold your own. And I used to be like, what is he doing? I used to be like, what is he doing? Like, not paying grandma bills or something? Like, why is he telling me this? But in all reality, I look back at it, and Ron, I've had these conversations with you. My grandfather gave very much tough love. He wasn't like the cozy grandfather. Like, he kept it real. He was very hardcore. And now that I look back on it, I'm like, I needed that. I needed that type of love. I needed that type of, you know, that type of person in my life to kind of make me have a hard shell, because I don't think I would have survived some of the things that I survived just trying to live life. But, you know, he would always stress the importance of getting a career, having a job, and taking care of myself. And that's what I kind of did too. So it was just like, he was like my first point of contact when it came to motivation and making sure that I was on the right path and I was doing what I was supposed to do, and going to college. It was very important to him that I went to college, because like nobody like in the last generation went to college. So he was very like always stressing that, like, make sure that you get a good career and you're able to take care of yourself. So that was the first person that was very pivotal in my life.
I dropped stuff off at a lot of colleges. What you doing? I've been to a lot of colleges. Yo, you talking about? What you talking about? You ain't been to college? I ain't no been to college. I've been.
I mean, I've been to the college.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I mean? I was at the college when I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
I went to the college when I was in my 20s. Yeah, sure.
I mean, I went.
I went.
To college.
They had really good parties. You know that?
I was there.
Colleges had really good parties.
I didn't have class. I never had class. Let me say that. I never had class.
I had something wrong with class.
But they always say that, you know, focus on your life very early or along, and you won't have you'll make it to success faster than people that start off late in life. And I think that I made a lot of sacrifices younger, when I was younger, eliminating the partying and don't get me wrong, like sometimes I did, but it was on occasions. I wasn't like a frequent partier or a person that was never like full. I was always focused, I was always focused when it came to like my money and my career and everything like that, trying to figure out what's next, what I'm going to do next, like just trying to either climb the ladder or try to find some investment opportunities. So they always say like start early and you don't have to worry about it later. And you increase your earning opportunity and things like that. And it's all good when you like taking care of your children and, it's beneficial to them because they got a stable home. Even when you feel like you barely making it, they don't feel that, and I can say that by the grace of God, thank God that, I was able to provide them with that lifestyle on my own as a single parent. But it's just now, whereas though you increase your earning opportunity and it's just like, you know what, like maybe I did this because I was taking care of my children, but this wasn't my goal when I started life, right?
Right.
And when I graduated high school, I thought I was going to go to New York and be a fashion designer, and I was going to have a driver and a chauffeur. I'm telling you, I was going to live this like very bougie life that just never happened.
When they graduate,
bougie life.
When they graduate, you can, cuz.
Well, that's what I said, right? Because
you better live that bougie life when they graduate.
That's what I'm saying, because like now, I was always like into what was the next step, how I increase my earning opportunity, how I'm able to better take care of my children. So I always put partying aside and just worried about focus on my career and just my children. And now it's just like I have that earning opportunity and you would think that I would be satisfied. But now it's just like, is this something that I really want to do? Do I really want to just continue in this career, or do I want to try something else? Because I no longer have the how do you say it? Like I no longer have the responsibilities that I used to have when, I tried to enjoy my job, right?
Right.
So now it's just like my kids are going to be grown. I may not even need to make the money that I'm making now. Like, what is my next step? Like, do I want to start focusing on getting into the fashion industry? I don't know. Like, it's just
it's never too late. Listen, it is never too late. It's never too late. Look at me. I'm going to Ohio Media School to do whatever they tell me to do because it's new, it's uncomfortable. I wasn't expecting to turn around and had to act a Shrek part. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at 13 people in the class, the next thing I know,
he froze.
Other things other than
yeah, he good. He's back.
Oh, I froze. I thought I did.
Yeah, he froze.
Yeah, but
that once in a while.
Like, oh yeah, but yeah, that was really. I don't know if y'all heard everything I said, but but basically, like I said, when I went to Ohio Media School, I learned a lot. You know what I mean? It was uncomfortable, but I feel like it's another journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all froze because I'm moving. Okay.
I'm trying not to move to make it look like I'm froze.
Y'all playing with me. All right, y'all got me all like, dang, all right, here we go.
Yeah, I mean, and that I would say, at this, like, you're gonna figure that part out, and don't let that, I mean, like, even me doing this was a definitely a change, a drastic change. Because I, me, I don't really, I'm a loner. Like, I'm usually by myself. Don't do a whole lot of talking. So,
right.
this was a drastic change for me, and it was just like, you know what? But I remember saying to myself, and I even said it to Anthony Watt when I first started it. I said, you know what? I'm gonna just do it and see where it go. And I'm enjoying it. I mean, I'm actually enjoying it. It's fun for me.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong. Stock market is still more fun. Investing is still more fun. That's my fun too. But this, I enjoy it. Like, trying to figure out a way to, you know, do what I was doing, and it started out one way, and I was like, you know what, this can turn into something. Who knows what it is? And I'm not, you know, it's not really so much about the money. It's just that I just want to see where it's gonna go.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's so crazy because even go ahead. Oh no, I was about to say, yeah, because it's crazy. Because like I said, when you even talked about it, you know what I'm saying? Again, that's how people are in their life. They be like, when you start telling them something you're doing, and they're like, huh, okay, you know, all right, I guess that sounds great. You know what I mean? And you don't never let none of that take you down. Because I'm like that too when it comes to certain things. I'm pretty sure Cherie's like that for certain things. You don't want nobody, and I don't know if that's the really part too. You know what I'm saying? There's certain parts of you just be like, ain't nobody gonna tell me I can't do that. Oh, I can do that. I'm gonna do something different or whatever. You know what I mean? You had a tenacity to move on, get uncomfortable, and then put yourself in a comfortable position for yourself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and what you doing, you know?
Yeah, you don't never want to tell me I can't do something because I'm definitely I'm definitely
right there. I'll show you I can do it just to show you and then be done with it.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna take on the challenge.
Yeah, I mean, because like I said, when Ronnie asked me to do it, it's like, again, it was like, man, I'm 52, I'm 53, y'all, now. But it was like, you know, I done been married twice. My kids is grown, you know, things like that. I'm here. I'm living in, you know, Coatesville at the time. I'm like, where you going? I'm like, you know what? I'm moving out of Ohio. And to me, I feel like it's the best thing to do because it took me out of being comfortable. It took me out of being and doing the same thing, and it made me do a change that I'm happy with. So that's why people should take that chance and make that change and be happy with. So just like you said, once you make that next step, you're like, I don't know if I really want to step into that step. And you're like, why not? Everybody don't step into that step. You know what I mean? And everybody ain't you. You know what I'm saying? And having to do with that. You know what I'm saying? And you might can create a more of a family wealth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, with that, like even that your kids getting in the you know, the high school and graduating college, and then wherever their career might come out of the twins. You know what I'm saying? They might be thinking like that, and even with still school. You know what I mean? Sharif or whatever. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know if I was supposed to say his name on here, but
I always say, if it's in your head, to do it, do it.
Just do it. Yeah, this became therapy for me. He asked me to come on here.
Don't worry about is it going to work. It only not going to work if you don't want it to work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you want it to work, it'll work. If you don't want it to work, you're going to treat it like you don't want it to work. But if you treat it like you want it to work, it'll work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you're going to have tough moments. You think about all the stuff you was doing when it was hard, when it was tough, the times you was in the room crying because you was tired, you didn't feel like it no more, you wanted to give up, and then you had to go to sleep and wake up the next day knowing that you still had to do it, even though it was tough. You still had to go do it. So now that the weight of a lot of this stuff is starting to go away because Scoop is grown.
You used to cry a lot, Sheree. Sorry, I didn't tell everybody.
Don't tell nobody that. Don't tell nobody.
I forgot we was on Rhea. Sheree used to cry a lot, y'all. But you know, everybody got an ugly cry. You know, most people got an ugly cry. At least she was still cute when she cried. Like, and if you did got on an ugly cry, you know what I mean? So you able to remain beautiful. You know what I mean?
You decided to go that route. I mean, you're going to know better than anybody going to know is maybe this is, if I'm ever take the risk of doing it, this might be the time to do it. You know what I'm saying? Once you know, it's like, okay, it's your kids are grown and they're gonna be grown and have their own jobs and their own careers. All right, if I'm gonna make the mistake at this point, the only person that's gonna really affect the most is me. My kids don't have their life. My kids are doing it. If I'm gonna do it, why not do it now?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
that's exactly what I said. Yeah.
Why not?
That's exactly what I said.
And I'm not saying you should or shouldn't. But if you're going to go into fashion designing, if that's something that you wanted to do and you really passionate about it and you feel like that's something, you might have put it on the shelf, but I might say I ain't never say I'm not. I'm just saying it's on that shelf. I'm gonna go get it up the shelf and I'm gonna put that thing to work now. This might be the time
Well,
to do
not
it.
fashion designing, fashion management. So kind of taking the skills that I have now and then gearing it towards another industry.
Like what?
Oh, I know a guy
Like
that
fashion
is
management,
senior.
like merchandising, stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Not like on
Tell
the
somebody
design
what.
side, not on the creative side, on the business side more so.
On the business side.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Oh, okay.
so you talking about like?
Oh, okay.
So when you say on the business side, you mean like selling the fashion,
Well,
merchandising?
kind of like analyzing what's hot with the trends out there.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Hand
okay.
picking or cherry picking like the things that will sell in the store.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
like you walk past those mannequins and they're dressed up. People do that too.
Like you're hot, you're not. Like you're hot, you're not. Like
Yeah,
you're not.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
I don't know. Send me to a fashion show in Milan. I'm gonna be okay. Like we'll
all right, so I have on
Hey, Ron,
YouTube, right?
you can put it on OG Network, Ron.
All right. So when on YouTube, right?
uh
Once you become monetized, you can actually open up a store on YouTube and merchandise on YouTube, right? So
mhm,
my channel is monetized.
mhm.
I can actually open up a store on YouTube and merchandise stuff. So what you got?
Oh, I don't have anything yet because this is the industry I want to break into. Like not
Okay.
I haven't done anything with it yet.
I haven't done anything with it yet. What you got for me?
Well, I want to go back and get my master's in fashion management. It's a program here. Well, not here, but it's a
Uh-oh.
program in Philly.
Uh-oh. You about to do it.
It's a program in Philly that has a fashion management curriculum.
Okay.
And I
Mhm.
think I just want to take a couple classes to see like am I still into that stuff? 'Cause
Yes, you are.
I haven't focused on it in a very
All right.
long time. So
Can I
You
give
still put
you,
on clothes? You still put on
Like,
clothes and you look at it before you leave?
oh yeah, I love like you know
All right, check this out.
I love
Right.
I love it. Like I love picking out different pieces and stuff like that.
You see this?
I like doing stuff like that.
All right. All right. So I want to just give you an idea of what's going on, Sheree. All right. So right here is Delaware Dogs. I know you probably know who they are at this point. I think he was on here before. He's actually in the chat. He was on the thing, but we actually be doing videos with him. He has a ABA semi-pro basketball team, right?
Mhm.
So he's been on the show. Me and him are good friends. We talk a lot of stuff like that. So when you start talking about fashion, now he has his stuff. What's up, man? Do Magic? What's going on, brother? He has his stuff that he's trying to merchandise and stuff like that. I have a YouTube store that I'm not using. Like I'm trying to figure out what to do with this thing.
Mhm.
And I haven't figured that part out because I don't. You know how you got time to do something, but you really don't have the time to do it. But I got this opportunity where I can actually merchandise stuff on YouTube to be able to sell through like Shopify and stuff like that. But it become part of my page where if somebody goes to my page, all the merchandise and the links and stuff will be there on my page.
Yeah.
I haven't done nothing with it because I don't have like I was going to sell my own shirts, but I kind of deviated away from that. So I'm hoping at some point you figure this out because I might need
So I can partner with you.
so you partner with me.
Hey, Sheree,
That's cool.
sell me, Sheree.
Is that
Sell me.
The only reason why
Market me to the highest bidder.
the reason why I say that, Sheree, is because like top to bottom organics, they make like the hair care products, the skincare products. They make candles and stuff like that. They're already a small company already up and running and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they're part of this YouTube family. It's the same thing with Delaware Dogs. They've been on the show. He's been on the show with Delaware Dogs and stuff like that. These are the people that are like doing meaningful stuff. Now, top to bottom of them, they're not from Philadelphia, but they have, they're on my product. When you seen the commercial that came on before we started the live, that's the company that I'm talking about.
You deliver to Philadelphia.
Right, but
Okay.
my point is that these are the type of people that are in my chat. I mean, as part of you, some of them are part of YouTube family. out to Pitnam. I know they coach football and stuff like that. So there's a whole lot of people here that will, if you figured out what you're going to do, and in any way, we'll all of us will be able to help in any way we can. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like with even whatever scale you decide to do it, because some of these people might need that type of service. You know what I'm saying? Like I might.
Cherie, come. That's what I'm saying, Cherie. Come to OG Network. Come to OG Network. Think about it. Go to school.
Now I know right
I mean,
now.
That's what made me. Ronnie kind of made me go to school once he invited me on YouTube, and start down. He started speaking about his OG Network, and that was really a little bit more that made me go to school for radio, TV broadcasting. You know what I'm saying? So I can learn to talk to people better and speak better and run it up, set up the scene, and get people to appear and things like that. So I mean, it's actually delightful. You know what I'm saying? And we got to tell you about how we feel about you. So now you get to really hear it instead of all the heckling and we do to you and abuse. You know what I'm saying? We do. We really get to show you that we really respect you and what you've done. You know what I'm saying? You bigger than you think. You know what I'm saying? In our eyes, in our heart. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Like you did well. You did well. In spite of all the circumstances, you did well. And again, this is, who would have thought, as much as they give Philadelphia a bad rap, when they talk about all the negative that come out of Philadelphia.
Here you have, yo. I'm sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Look at what you did. Look at the circumstances that you were under. And look how much you accomplished in spite of all. You know what I'm saying? So you're proof. You're living proof that it doesn't matter. If you really, really want it in life, you can get it. You just got to go at it. You got to go at it. You got to go out there. You got to put the time in. You got to put the work in, and you can get it. And that's the point that I'm trying to make, Cherie, is that
and take care of y'all property. You got to clean. You got to dress. You got to sweep in front of you. No, I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about people in Philly. Like, you took care of your business. You took care of, you know what I'm saying? You took care of it. You just lived here. You took care of your property. So it made you, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Always.
Like I said,
just because you live you live in a gutter don't mean you have to live gutter. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Go ahead.
You did well. You did very, very well. I mean, I know you in you're in the HR field right now, and you, like I said, you did well. I remember when you was working for a law firm, through the law firm time. I remember you switching up your career a little bit with that, and I'm quite sure that would have this level of uncomfortableness too. But like, hats off to you. Like it is extremely amazing to watch where you bloomed into and how well you did, even though the circumstances speak otherwise. They ain't gonna say, "Oh, logically, well, you ain't supposed to be able to do this, and you ain't supposed to." Most of that is just a bunch of BS and a bunch of bullcrap. That's not the reality. And we are living proof that sometimes people try to make something look so far unreachable because they don't feel you qualify, or you don't have the ability, or because of your upbringing. Oh, this, you can't go, you can't be a part of this, you can't do this, you can't accomplish that. And even with me personally growing up, I realized that most of it was BS.
Yeah.
It was to try to make me think that I can't do, and I can't be, because if with the mindset that we have, if I'm there, I'm going to overcome, and I'm gonna do it well. I'm gonna do it with such grace that you're gonna look at it and say, why is it so easier for him, and I'm struggling to do everything that I'm doing? That we're both doing the same thing, but it seemed like he's doing it gracefully, and I feel like I'm fighting, trying to get it done. You get what I'm saying?
Right. And I think too, and we talked about this like offline, but when you are like trying to make something out of yourself, or climb that corporate ladder, and you've done it, from the bottom up, and you are working hard to get there. There's some people at the top that got that spot because they know somebody, or they just was fed with a silver spoon in their mouth, right? And then you'll realize how much uneducated they are than you. And they will feel intimidated, you know? So it's just like we have this perception and this notion because we came from this not so good environment that we can't be on the level that other people are on, and that's not true. And the more that you get into you know, working on yourself and improving yourself, you'll find that out that some people just get there based off of an inheritance or them knowing somebody or, you know, family members looking out for them. They'll get those opportunities just because of that. And they may be a poor performer and they'll still keep their job, you know?
Right.
So you'll realize, like, I can sit up there amongst the best of them, and some of them are not even at that level. It just looks that way.
And that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, when you know, if you live long enough and you experience enough, you see it. You see who qualify and you see who don't.
Right.
And it sticks out like a sore thumb. It really does. And you're like, wow.
Sheree, I want you to come on here again. I'm dead serious.
What's the next topic?
When you join school and you on your path for school, I want you to come on here again.
Oh yeah, so I'm thinking about blogging. If I do decide to change my career and like focus on something different, I am thinking about blogging about it because
whatever it is you do.
An audience of people that go through the same thing. Like I hear a lot of people say, like, my kids are leaving. I don't know what else to do. And then you got to try to figure yourself out. And some people are scared to even dip their toe into that pool, right? And I'm kind of scared too, but I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to try it. So
if you was going to do a blog,
if I can target that audience and say, like, hey,
what would you do?
What's life like after children, right?
So let me ask you a question. So what you're saying is, if you was to do a blog, that's what it would be?
Yeah, I think that my blog will be about like trying to.
What time you want to come on?
So here on the OG Network.
So what time you want to come on? There you go. I've seen it.
So here on the OG Network.
Y'all got to let me get there first so I can have some experience.
No, listen, we ain't waiting. We not waiting.
You just got to jump in cold turkey.
Yeah. No, exactly. You got to give us a time because I'm going to tell you, like, time is short. We all know that. We lost a lot of people in the last couple of years, you know what I'm saying? And within a year and a half, we lost a lot of people in like 2 years. And I remember before I used to keep telling all my uncles, like, well, I told Uncle AJ, hey, I'm gonna have a uncle's day. He was like, well, what's that? And I explained to him what I was gonna do. So a couple of years went by. He came to me and was like, hey, when you gonna do that Uncle's Day you was talking about? You know what I mean? Him and Uncle Jimmy all got on me. So I was like, I'm gonna do it. So I got all the cousins and I got to do it. I feel so blessed that I was able to do it before he passed away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it wasn't until no time to be waiting and everything else. When he said it to me, I'm like, I'm gonna make this happen. All that time I could have happened, and here's the crazy thing, it only lasted for 2 years. But if I'd have told him that 6-7 years ago, and we was doing it all the 6-7 years ago, you imagine where that could be at right now, because it was special then. Just those 3 years was so special.
Right.
You know what I mean? We had a ball, and they appreciated it. Matter of fact, they was like, "You're gonna have another one." They was making this another one. I just was like, no. So we just started. We're gonna do it all the time. You know what I mean? And like I said, unfortunately, they wound up passing away. And that's basically how I felt about, again, when Ronnie was like, just go on. Just do it. What you waiting for? He called me like, what you waiting for? I'm like, I don't know. I was like, you know what? It ain't for everybody. It was just for me. This is therapy for me. Whether I make some money off of it or not, I enjoy doing what I'm doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I watched Ronnie starting on this show. I was like, what? What they say to him? What, man? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, they don't know him. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen, me and Ronnie got different opinions and agreements about everything else. But that's cool, because that's going to be on the network. You know what I'm saying? That's why Ronnie can open his network to anybody. Listen, you ain't got to agree to what Ronnie do, but if you got something of substance and as a reason, come on. Right. And you definitely do. You know what I mean?
Now, there was a show I was trying to do, and I mentioned it to some of the women that follow my channel, which I wish I still really want to do. I haven't done it, got it. And it was it was two names that I threw out there. The one name was ladies' night out, which is a bunch of women get together and they just kind of talk. The other thing was a woman's perspective. So those were two shows that I was trying to bring on the network where it's just women. Because here we got the Fracas show on Sundays, right? And it's all just we act the fool. Right. But I did want to have something that was more female based, where it's either like you can the one show was a woman's perspective, or the other one was a ladies' night out. Now, ladies' night out still can have, have women's conversation, but it could have been a little more in the humor side or whatever case may be. But I wanted to add that to my show where somebody was actually doing what they call ladies' night out and bring other females in, and they just talk whatever females talk, but they doing it, kind of like on the podcast. So consider thinking about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And and because there's still open slots. We was only trying to do it, but like the Fracas show we do on Sundays at 12 o'clock, right? Y'all can always pick a day like a Tuesday. So you know what? And you just get a group of women together. Some of them is on my live. They might be willing to come in on the show, and it's always you can get people but it's just as good if it's people you don't know, because if you look at the Fracas show, Jay, I didn't know Jay. Jay is somebody I met through YouTube. Anthony really the only person on there that I know, but Anthony came in later. Jay was on the Fracas show. Out the Pit is on the Fracas show. R.I.P. Bam, rest in peace, Bam Bam. He's on the Fracas show. We all, they down in Florida, North, South Carolina. I'm up in Pennsylvania and in Ohio. We don't really know they didn't really know us, but that's how we geared the show around different people, and we just be acting a fool. But if you listen to us talk, you be like, wait a minute, y'all don't know each other like that, but that's the relationship that we built over the platform over YouTube. And now we got Justice runs on Diesel. He came in, and female Chopper, we call her Chopper, but she came in. So there's a lot of things that's happening around this channel that's been happening over the time. And like I said, I really would love to see if you would be willing to do it. Give yourself time to think about it, whatever the case may be. But one thing I learned not to do is not overthink things. Just do it. Don't try to make it perfect. Don't try to go big, put all of these. I would just say, you
can't do it.
See where it goes.
Don't play with me, Ed. Like, I know what you're doing.
Ron, why are you wasting your time? Tariq can't do it. What you talking about?
Stupid.
Hey, Ron, I'll call you later, Ron.
All right, we'll talk later. All right, man. All right. But it's no pressure, Sheree. But I mean, if you was talking about really doing a blog, that would kind of get your feet in the door of not being a whole committed to a channel. It's giving you a little bit of a space, one day out of the week where you can kind of fill yourself out and say, okay, maybe this is something that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this is. And if you feel as though you want to take it further, you say, okay, bam, then we can walk you through it. You start your own YouTube channel. You can still do it on here, do it on your own channel, whatever the case may be. But at least it'll give you a space where you don't have to 100% commit to something. We just try. If you feel as though too much, I don't want to deal with it, that's fine. But it gives you a place to start at.
You can block your feelings and start it out. Yeah, because it could possibly either entice you or burn you out. And it's not even about that. I mean, honestly, it's been so much. All the anxiety that I had to getting on here is the least of my worries right now. Because I don't worry about it. I'm like, I can't wait to get on there. Yeah.
I feel like I'm a introvert. Like, I could be an introvert or an extrovert, right? Because I think, like, when y'all see me.
What was Ronnie? Ronnie was an introvert for over 40, 50 some years?
But I can be either or. It depends on, it depends on my mood. So I can be either or. But it's just like you said, like that commitment has to be there, and it has to be a direction and a vision and all of that stuff. And it was just like I'm just thinking about this stuff, and I haven't put.
Yeah, I've never heard you say that. Yeah,
right.
I'm thinking about this stuff, and I haven't put it on paper yet. So it's like I don't have a starting point. I don't have a plan, but it's just like a bunch of stuff in my head right now.
Sheree, I have no plan. I had a thought.
Sheree, I got 63,000 people that saw me. I ain't had a plan. The first time I opened the phone up, I never had a plan. But
That's it.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. All I'm saying is, if I could turn around and maybe I might have changed 40-something thousand people's lives at that point. I ain't saying I made it 60, but I'm just saying you just never know what you can turn around and do. It ain't about, you keep thinking about you. It's like what you can do for others. The same thing with your kids. It was what you can do for your kids. And really, it's therapeutic for me. I go on Sundays and I be cracking up. And I'm like, you know what I mean? I make y'all laugh when I'm around y'all, but I don't be thinking about making other people laugh. But people come on the Fracker show, I don't have no plan for what they got to say. I look on there and I'm like, what they say? And that's it. And apparently I must be good at it because they was like, Ron, come on. I'm saying? I was like,
First time Ant was on the show.
you know what I mean? You can't hurt my feelings.
Like I said, he didn't. When I started the show, it was just me, and then eventually, other people came in, and then Out the Pit was the one who actually named the show the Frackers. That wasn't my title. That was he gave the name the Frackers, and we just kind of went with it. And then next thing you know, when Ant came in, and I'm gonna be honest with you, they were showing Ant more love than they were showing me. I was like, yo, they was like, yo, your cousin is funny. I'm like, that's what's up. Like, see, that was the part. Don't get me wrong. I would have loved to have Anthony in the beginning, but again, I had to still go do it and just keep going and say, you know what, it is what it is.
Right.
If I wouldn't, listen, I'm not saying that I have a large YouTube following because it is what it is. But when I first started doing this, I had a handful of subscribers. I am over 5,000 subscribers right now. If you look at I've had almost 5 million views on my channel right now. So when somebody say
you had one, this is my point. I wasn't thinking I was getting one. You know what I mean? So my point to tell you is like I had no plan, and I'm like, wow. So again, it's again short. It's like short. There are
moments where you get dry spells, and there's a lot of things that happen with YouTube that I went through. That when I talk to other people, I tell them, this is what's going to happen. You're going to experience this. This is what's going to happen. But don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Listen, I had YouTube take 3 million views away from me. But it didn't affect what I do. I still went. I'm still focused on stuff. I'm still focused on what I'm doing. Because honestly speaking, I enjoy it. Like I really enjoy it.
That's what I'm going to say. I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
I'm saying, like, when we did the show, you be sitting there like, oh man, we don't realize that 3 hours and went by. Be like, now here's the thing, you was talking about church, being in church for 4 or 5 hours. We on the practice show, we joking around and acting a fool. Next thing you know, we like, man, we've been here for 3 hours. We forgot.
Cherie, with no plan. With no plan. None of us got a plan. None of us got a plan.
That's why I say, like, I'm not, don't overthink and try to make it perfect, because honestly, this is one thing I learned with this, is that the more authentic you are, the more people want to see you. When you start to try to become something that a personality for YouTube, that's where you go wrong. I'm not a personality. I am exactly who I am on and off this channel. And I'm not a personality. I am me. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about me is that, I like to help people. So when
that's a wig you got on, though.
Right. I bring people in.
That's a wig. He ain't got all this hair, y'all. He really bald in the middle. No, I'm just jealous. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I let that out.
And so
that's all his hair.
Anytime I see somebody doing meaningful stuff or something that's of value, I try to help them in any way I can. I mean,
if it is,
he can do that and be all right. I can't. I'm just letting y'all know.
It might be something going on up there. So that's why I say, Shree, if you plan on doing a blog or whatever case may be, honestly, whatever you decide to do it. But if you really, really want to do it, the door is open for you right here. I'll give you the space. You can even do what I based off what I said, or you can go your own direction. I've already built an audience. You don't even have to build the audience. I'm still building this audience. I already built the YouTube family. There's a lot of people that's a part of this family, and we support each other. We watch each other's videos. We go to each other's channel, and there is space here. If you ever decide to do it, you say, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot and see where it goes." It ain't like, listen, you don't have to pay for nothing. You don't have to do anything. You just gotta say, "Okay, I'm gonna go here and see where it goes at." And
You
whatever
ain't got to go nowhere. Look where you at right now.
Right.
Just saying.
It just
You got
seems,
your
it
hand.
seems a
You got
little
your hand.
intimidating.
You know,
Huh?
I'm just saying.
It seems
It's-
a little. It seems a little intimidating just trying to
It has
entertain people
it can be.
for that whole time.
I think it is. I want to put it like this. I don't really think it is because, all right. I think, well, it probably is maybe because, different person in different space. I got to the point where I just don't care. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the authenticity part of me. I don't care what you think about me. I'm bald. I'm fat. I'm broke. I don't care what you think about me. You know what I mean? Only thing I'm going to do is go on and be
No,
me.
I
And
don't
that's
think
what.
it's the caring part. I don't, because I don't care what people think or feel about me. I really don't care.
Yeah.
But I think it's like to constantly entertain someone for 2 to 3 hours. That seems a little intimidating.
Yeah. I didn't think that. Listen, I didn't think I was going to be on there for half an hour and been like, well, maybe that hour. And I've been on there for about 5, 6, 7 weeks. I don't even know how long.
Here's the thing.
I'll be on there for hours, but I'm talking about I've been on there a couple months around. We've been on there.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. Think about how long I've been doing this, and how long I've been doing it by myself.
Over a year and a half, right?
Yeah. I've been on. Listen, if anybody had a reason to quit, and when Anthony started being on my lives when I'm going, like when in the morning time when I actually do my live, and Ant was like, "What is this?" He was like, but he said, "Ron, I gotta give you credit, bro." He said, "Man, they be coming at your neck." He said, "But you handle it with like." He said, "You handle it." Like I said,
like very well.
I said, "I'm used to it, bro." I said, I said, at the end of the day, I'm used to it. I know what's coming. I know what's going. I say, I see how people are. What's up, Real King? And here we got.
And that was a year ago. But what's
that
up,
was a year ago. Oh no, I was saying because it's on Real King from England and that was on the live the other day.
Oh, what's up, Real King? See up there, Sheree. We got people we talk to. What's up?
Countries that watches
Y'all
our show.
got friends from England? Okay.
Yeah, we got a couple people from England.
Yeah, like and subscribe and share.
There was a couple of other countries that people were on the channel from watching the channel. So
yeah.
But
I forgot about that. Yeah,
you will be surprised that how much. Listen, people love our show, like this show, and I'm not saying everybody do. And some people come here with their hate. I get a lot of hate. Believe me when I tell you, I get a whole lot. But the energy don't listen. The energy doesn't stop.
I like everybody to hate Ryan. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They come in here and they were like, they come in and I get the troll. When I say get troll, I get troll heavy. And I just and I handle it like a champ. I mean, I consider myself to be the Mike Tyson of YouTube. I don't care how nobody feels.
Mike Tyson of YouTube.
But you understand? But again, there's I can easily just click a button and take your comment out of there if I wanted to do it. But a lot of times on my show, I don't even do that. I let the people say what they want to say to some extent. Like there's some that's just extreme. But I try to let them say what they want to say. And I'm gonna tell you how bad I am. There was this one person. How did I say that? And when I said they said something, and I said, "But you're on my channel." I said, and I turned around. I said, you took the most valuable thing in your life, and you spent it on. Now I put a voice in. I said,
time. You said time is the most valuable thing in life. But he said, but what you did for me was you gave that little bit of me in your life. You know how much that is? Because you was like, I don't even worry about you.
Right. Then I told him, I said, and that little bit of time you gave me, I own it now, and you'll never get it back. It's mine. I own it. Right. And I know that person had to be like, I really want to get my time back from him. So, but you get what I'm saying? But it's fun for me. Like,
because the boy was mad, Cherie. He was mad. And it was like Ronnie was cracking a joke on him, and it was so intelligent. It was like all you could do was just laugh. I'm like, Ron, I know he was mad because that was the funniest. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But again,
he got to come on there fracking though. Yeah.
But my point is that's the humor part of it. And if somebody would have told me that I'll be right where I'm at right now, listen, I didn't know where it was going to go. I just said I'm going to try and I'm going to go and I'm going to roll with it, and whatever happens, happens. And guess what? Next thing I know, it's growing. But then my mind, again, you know how you said, "What's next? What's next?" That's how my mind worked too. I'm like, "What's next?" So I said, I don't want to do YouTube and it just be me on YouTube. I want to take this channel and turn it into like a TV network where there's different things happening at different moments. So that's why we did the Fracas Show. That's why me and Ant do Philly Talk on Mondays. Is Philly Talk. It's where we try to find people in Philadelphia like yourself who's doing amazing things and stuff like that. Something positive, not the negative stuff. We want the positive. Even if your story starts out negative, to raise it to the positive. You know what I'm saying? And let us know what's going on. Because most people from Philly you would never get to know who these people are and what they're about. You know what I'm saying? And because if it was Kevin Hart, then everybody want to see that story. If it's somebody Will Smith, they want to see that story. But what about the average Joe that's doing amazing things on the same scale? You just will never know about it. You know what I'm saying?
And thinking like this, sometimes they just go ahead.
That was the reason why me and Ant came up with Philly Talk, and we decided to do what we was doing because we wanted to be able to showcase people from Philadelphia. And so that's why I'm doing it. So on Wednesdays, we have Top to Bottom Wednesday, where the company that makes the hair care products, they come in at 7:30 on Wednesdays, and they do it. I'm not on the show. They just do it live. And this is they do it live. And there's other stuff that I'm still working on trying to establish. So basically, I'm trying to run the channel like as a network where different things are going to be happening at different moments. So if you ever think about it and you decide you want to do it, I can always open up a space for you that, you can say, well, let me just start out here. And if I feel like I like it, then I could just, take it to whatever level you want to take it to. You know what I'm saying? That was the point I was trying to make. And like I said, we have fun. We have fun. It's really, it's.
It do.
You don't it's one thing to have a YouTube channel.
I don't got no job. I love doing this with them.
Trying to do videos. That's a lot because you're going to try to have to build your channel, build your reputation, and build your coming here.
It's a little work.
Starting out here, then you build your audience. You already have an audience that's already there. You only have to do it do the blog once a week for maybe an hour or two. That's why I said if it's that way, you get your feet wet, and then you can decide. You know what? I actually like doing this. Let me take it a step to the next level because I actually feel like it. If you don't, you say, you know what? I'm not really feeling it. Then we just shut it down and be done with it. You don't have to do it no more because there's no commitment to it. You know what I mean? But I'm just letting you know that door is open to you if you ever decide,
They ain't gonna be able to do it. They ain't gonna be able to do it. You heard me, Dre?
I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can do it. Let me stop.
She must have froze. She must have froze.
Yeah, y'all freezing up.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
I think the connection is messing up.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Messing up.
Oh, so you ain't hear me?
What you say?
We know you got. We know you got it.
Look, you know how Sheree from Philly. Because every time she think we said something, she's like, "What you say? What the?" He be like, "I just said you." I mean,
I don't be mad about it though. I don't be mad about it no more. I used to be an angry person. Now I don't get mad like that no more.
See, that's why you should. That's why you more reason why you should do.
You be on defense. You be
right.
Like
You've been able to hold it though. But listen, I know we about to close out. Sheree, man, this has been a blessing to hear this. A lot of what you do, because I got a little bit of life in there I didn't know about you. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know you was sneaking out for, I thought you was a perfect little angel. You know what I mean? Because I knew you had a lot going. Maybe you needed to do that a little bit, Tim, because what you was going through is like you probably had to sneak the hell out. You know what I'm saying? To get some smoke on or something. You know what I'm saying?
But you know
like, what you?
She thought she was telling me something I didn't know.
You didn't know that?
Huh?
You didn't know?
The same neighborhood. We all know the same people.
See, that's why I couldn't do nothing because everybody always reported back.
Right. You was safe. Yeah, that's why you're
everybody always reported back. So I could just do enough where I would get in trouble. Like
that was what was so great about row home. about having family and in row homes because you had a whole block to go through to sneak through, and somebody is going to see you that you know that somebody else know to know your family. Gonna be like, you see Sheree now, 18th and Tioga.
Yo, oh my God, the worst
is
used
why I
to be
did
when
not
I
make
used
it a
to
big
run
deal.
into Fatima. Oh my
Oh yeah,
goodness.
she can tell
She
me.
used to embarrass the hell out of me. She was like, get your little young ass in the house. I was like, oh my God.
Yo, I remember that.
Turn around and go back home. Get your little young ass in the house.
That was my block sister. She was gonna make sure.
She used to embarrass the hell out of me.
Yeah.
I'm out there acting like I'm grown. She embarrassed. She used to embarrass.
And I know it's easy to say, so I want to be. I don't even want to say it. You don't even want to say it. But I remember a lot of people say it.
Repeating that. I'm repeating the other stuff she used to say.
She made you go in the house. If nobody else can make you go in the house, it's something she would say to you. She was like, listen, I'm getting off this block. I'm going to the house.
Yeah. Fatima, like, you ain't ruining your life with these niggas up on this corner. I'm gonna make sure you go home.
And by the time they got done, they ain't want Sheree. They was like, what?
Yeah. She used to embarrass the hell out of me.
Yeah,
like,
she felt like she had diseases and all kind of stuff. You be like, what? They was like, oh, that's what.
I used to see her run in the opposite direction. I'm like, oh my God, there go Fatima.
Oh man, but that's what I'm saying. That's what the community was about. You had somebody that didn't live on your block, wasn't related to you, who looked out for you when they saw you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They looked out for you, and they was good people in the community. You know what I'm saying? In a bad neighborhood, but good heart intentions.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate Sheree. I appreciate you, Anthony. Appreciate you coming on the show, sharing your story.
Thank you, Ron, all the time.
Yeah, I really do.
Thank y'all. And hopefully this won't be my last time.
The door's open for you now. You can just, you know, you can always. Yeah. My thing is just, honestly, I would love for you to come back because I want us to pick your brain about the HR world.
Okay.
Yeah. So because I was telling her too. Yeah. Yeah.
We can do another show, but the next show we do, we'll bring it in. But we want, because I know a lot of people have a lot of questions about HR stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if you can come in and maybe help out with that, kind of give us an idea of how the HR world works and stuff like that, that'll be nice if it's all if all possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fine. If people like, you know, I don't know if you're gonna do like a Q&A or like how you want to do it, but we could talk about it offline.
Yeah, we can talk about
I like that. Yeah.
And because I think like it was just kind of how when Tasha came in, there was a whole lot of information that she could provide, and I think, you know,
yes, I know
a small company that eventually going to have to hire employees. They got to know what they're getting into at some point. You know,
right.
Legalities of it. You know, establishing your stuff, the healthcare system. There's so much stuff that we don't know lawfully wise.
401k benefits, things like that. You know what I'm saying? How to work and how to understand it. You know, what you should do your contributions, tribute. You know what I mean? What you looking at giving back by doing it, you know, that you probably helped a lot of people who did stuff that they misunderstood the information. You know what I mean? And some people just get jobs and don't know anything else. You know what I mean? Don't have no questions. They just want to get paid, but they don't realize how much you can capitalize on other options that they have at the jobs in order to do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know.
But that's all. But we're gonna let you rock out, and we're not gonna hold you long. You look like you ready to go to bed.
Yeah, I got some stuff to do first, but
yeah, we all do. We all got that. But I appreciate you so much.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
And everybody else, thank y'all for coming on the show. Thank y'all for liking and subscribing. And hopefully we'll be back on there to talk. And when we do, we'll let everybody know ahead of time, and that way we can ask questions or whatever case may be. There was a couple of questions, but they wasn't questions that we needed to go answer. So.
Okay.
Not that.
Yeah, the silly stuff. So I had to click it out of there. But I appreciate you.
Yeah, we need you to come back on here and smile, Sheree. You're not, like you said, you was not we had to break a crowbar in your jaw to make you smile. And now Sheree, boy, she be giggling now.
I smile more.
Yeah, I know that's what I said. You do now. That's why I said, come on here so we can make you smile and laugh, Sheree. We enjoy you.
I
All
appreciate you. Thanking everybody else for coming on the show. And we out of here.
Thank you all. Thank you all. Share, like, and subscribe.
Commercial. Like and subscribe. Check out Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare commercial as we get out of here. Y'all have a blessed, wonderful day.
Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.